You've seen it. Something happens, a comment, a headline, a stranger's bad behavior in public or caught on video, and someone's upset about it, loudly, publicly, at length. And something about it doesn't sit right. The thing they're angry about might genuinely be wrong, but the anger has a quality to it. It's aimed outward at an audience, more than it's aimed at the offense. It wants to be seen, and the moment you notice that, you start to suspect the whole thing is fake. Here's where I want to slow you down, because the fake reading is the easy one, and it's usually wrong. The outrage is real. The person feels it. What's performed is where the feeling gets routed toward a crowd more than toward a problem. And the part that makes it interesting is that the person doesn't necessarily know that's happening. They don't have to be pretending to perform. You can be completely sincere and still be doing it. To see how that's possible, you have to watch what the outrage quietly turns into. Let me give you a way of looking at this. I developed an analytical framework I call psychological architecture. It reads a psychological event across 4 domains. Mind, how you read a situation. Emotion, what moves in you when you read it that way. Identity, who the moment tells you you are. And meaning, what the whole thing gets to be about. Now, the reason I split them out is that they don't stay still. Pressure in one runs straight into the next. Watch how it happens, because the whole mechanism is in the handoffs. It starts in the mind. Something wrong appears, and mind organizes it fast. There's an offense. There's a moral line, and there's a position to take in relation to that line. Notice what that reading has quietly done. It's turned a wrong out in the world into a field with sides and put you somewhere in it. No calculation required. That's just how the situation got read. Then emotion moves. Real anger, real disgust. That part isn't manufactured. It never was. But the feeling arrives into a situation that already has sides. So it arrives with a direction. And here's where identity comes into it. To be visibly angry at something wrong is to be located. Located as a certain kind of person. Someone who sees it. Someone who cares. And that position becomes identity-bearing. The expression begins to carry it. The anger starts pointing outward, toward the people whose regard helps settle who you are. Now watch meaning settle in behind it, stabilizing what the expression has come to signify. The outrage now says something about you, that you're on the right side, that you belong among the people who see what you see. And once it means that, something shifts underneath. Whether the wrong ever gets addressed starts to matter less than whether the outrage was witnessed. The person doesn't necessarily choose that trade. They usually can't see it. The expression has quietly acquired a second job, and that job is all about them. And then the loop closes, because once the meaning has settled into a "you are the kind of person who stands against this," it runs back to mind. The next offense gets read faster, and read the same way, as another line to stand on the right side of. The identity that formed makes those offenses more salient, not less, because they've become a reliable route back to knowing who you are. Which is why the person becomes genuinely easier to outrage over time. The enjoyment was never the engine. Outrage has now become a way of locating themselves. So when it doesn't sit right, you're picking up something real. The anger points at the thing it names, but it also points somewhere else. Somewhere along the way, it turned toward the audience, and the person carrying it may be the last to know. Outrage directed at the wrong wants something to happen to the wrong. Performative outrage needs something to happen in the audience. Same anger at the source, different psychological work at the destination.